What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be doing something that I think will help most people. Wait, I'm missing out on the floor is lava. I don't have a squad anyways. But so if you guys are wondering about this, see, there is a lot of people who are switching from keyboard mouse to from controller to keyboard mouse. Just said that wrong. And I'm sure a lot of you guys want to know how to get better. Because obviously, I don't know if you guys knew this, but I switched from controller to keyboard and mouse. And this video will help a lot of people, so I hope you guys do enjoy. I'm going to load up into creative, and I'm going to be explaining, what you need for this video. Or not really for this video, but like if you want it to be good. So what you're going to need, if you guys aren't using a mouse pad yet, you need a mouse pad with a mouse. See, if you so I gave one of my friends, this is actually something that my friend gave me an idea to do because he needed help with this. So I'm just going to share it with all of you guys as well. If you don't have a mouse pad, you are screwed. You're done for. If you don't have a mouse pad, you're screwed. I'm telling you, you need to get a mouse pad. Another thing is you need to have a mouse. See, the thing about a mouse is you need to have a mouse that fits your hand. And when I say fit your hand, you need to have, there's a way to measure this, but that would be a little hard. You need to have a mouse to where your palm, the end of your palm, reaches the very tip of it, like the part that's about to hit the ground. That's a good measuring length. And so yeah, I recommend that. I'm sorry, I just got texted, reading a text. But also, you're going to want a keyboard. Not a keyboard with big, bulky keybinds like I do. Even though it seems like I'm good, I could raise my potential so much higher with a good keyboard. Also, for your mouse pad, I suggest you get a really big one that, covers up your mouse and keyboard. Like, not covers up, but, your mouse and keyboard cover it up. Because then you have more mobility, if you know what I mean. And so yeah, that's pretty much what you would need. You also probably need a 1080p monitor suggested. I'm at 100 ping right now, so I'm just telling you, my free builds aren't going to be what you guys expect it to be right now. Yep, I can't even double edit. I just got on, my ping is like 90. Oh, my ping is 80. But anyways, those are what you want to need. First thing is keybinds. I swear to God, if I see anyone in this video, no offense, but if you still have the default custom keybinds, I don't know what you're doing, but you are messing up in life, okay? Just letting you know, you're messing up in life. You cannot have custom keybinds. Sorry, not custom keybinds. You cannot have default setting keybinds. Those are terrible. What you're probably going to want is something like this. Alright, so if you guys are in this place right here, and if you're playing on PC, this is one thing. If you're playing on Xbox, then you might not get the exact same thing. The frame rate limit doesn't really matter. Let's just pass that. Graphics quality doesn't really matter. Advanced graphics, unless you like the graphics, so that doesn't matter. Let's go to our settings. So first, you're obviously going to want toggle sprint off. You're going to want sprint by default on. Let's just make sure you have that. Sprint cancels reloading. You all time want that off. Some people have this off, auto open doors, but the reason I suggest you have it on, wait, I literally can't even do anything. The reason I suggest you have this on is because let's say you're making a doublet or triplet, and you mess up, auto open door is gonna help you. Because then, if you don't have auto open doors, you're gonna be like a weirdo over here, just sitting here and be like, oh wait, I made a door. And it helps you with so many other situations. Like let's say you're trying to run away from someone in a door. Like I recommend auto open doors is always on at all times. Alright, second, I'm just gonna sit on this platform at this point. There's one more thing, so combat is your choice. Auto pick up weapons I don't suggest. Auto absort consumables to right is what I do suggest. Building choice, this is where it's really important. You need reset building choice on. You need disable pre-edit option on. You don't need it unless you want to pre-edit stuff, because you guys are wondering, I can't pre-edit anything. You guys can see right here, I can't pre-edit anything. Even if I press F. I'm pressing it right now, I'm spamming it. Yep, I'm spamming it. You can't do that. That's because pre-edit is off, and that'll help you so many double edits that you might mess up or anything. Disable pre-edit option on. Okay, so pre-edit will always be off. Turbo building, you definitely want that on. But the most important thing out of all of these is confirm edit on release. Okay, if you don't have that on, then good luck, my friend. But anyways, so if we're gonna scroll down here. I don't think there's anything else important. So yeah, right here the HUD scale options. I mean, the only thing I suggest here is NAT debug stats right here, or net debug stats. So they're on. You can see your ping just in case you're laggy. That's probably pretty much all I suggest. That you should change there, unless you want to keep the default. HUD scale should also be 100%. I mean, if you have it more, then your guns will look weird. Egg sensitivity. So the point in this, see, your aim is probably going to be terrible. Your edits, you're going to be like in creative, be like, oh my gosh, my edits are insane. I'm not editing too fast, obviously, because of my ping. Like, I can't even reset. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm editing so fast, but like faster than this, most likely, because my ping. Exactly. But you're probably going to be editing something like that, right? But then you realize that when you shoot, your target's going to be right in front of you, and you're going to be like, that's because you guys are probably used to high sense. This is something that all Fortnite players, I'm telling you, all Fortnite players, when they switch from controller to keyboard mouse, have their sensitivity on high because they get used to it, and they think, oh, well, I'm on controller, you know, I have the pretty good sensitivity here. I got like normal, you know? But no, that's not it at all. On keyboard mouse, that's definitely not it. Okay, on keyboard mouse, you want to have as low sensitivity as possible. I'm rocking on probably less than 800 DPI, which is average, or 400 DPI is maybe average. I don't know. I've been told wrong before, and I'm on 2.0. This is very good. The reason this is very good is because you need to use this to hit your shots. Because if you're, let's say we're like, so this will help us with our edits a lot, you know, we're going to turn that up, crank that up, right, and then we can edit, like, super fast, and, like, yeah, everything, like, we can be like, yeah, but that's not it, because then you're editing, you're going to do the craziest edits on people, but it's not going to help you at all if your aim is not on point. Your aim needs to be on point, which means you need to crank your sense all the way down. So many YouTubers say this, and so many people just refuse. And I did as well. I know this. So many of you guys are like, alright, I'm about to just click off this video right now, because this guy is saying to lower my sense. I'm actually trying to do something that will help. Listen, if you guys didn't know, there's a button right before your scroller wheel that you can press to change your DPI. If your DPI is the problem why you're not doing very good, then remember that's your DPI button. I actually didn't know that for a year and a half, and I was terrible because my sensitivity was so high. I had my thing on like 1.0. Yeah, don't ignore this. I ignored this so many times because I like my sense. You're gonna get used to it, I know, but you need low sense. I'm telling you, if you don't have low sense, at this point, if you don't have low sense, and you refuse to get it from any pro player that suggests it, I don't know. But I'm just telling you, not a lot of pros, unless you're Mr. Savage, can make it with high, like, sensitivity. I'm telling you, it's a lot easier with low sensitivity. You're gonna be, like, literally a pro in a pretty much quickly. And also, I am 11 today. Today's my birthday, so if you could tell me happy birthday in the comments, that'd be very nice. I've said that for like the past 3 days, I don't know. But today's my birthday, so yeah, anyways. I really recommend low sense. If you don't have low sense, then and you refuse to get it, then you're screwed. So I recommend that. My targeting sense I have it like 30, and my scope sense I have 30. I'm gonna go on to the next most important thing other than music. You know, visualize sound effects is recommended, but keyboard building, just binds, okay? Keybinds are one of the most important things in Fortnite. Listen, I made a mistake. I'm not moving this. But what I should have done a long time ago is, if you're starting right now and you don't care what your binds are, make this ESDF. It's one to the right. You wanna know why it's so important? Because I have my because unless you want your weapons to be scroller wheel, I just said roller squeal or something, scroller wheel, then you can go ahead. And if you want your building binds to still be ZXCV, I mean, unless you have a mouse with side buttons, then I recommend you use the side buttons for your building. But if you don't have side buttons, unless you want your wall to be Z, and you want your floor to be X, and you want your ramp to be C, and you want your cone to be V, then don't move. But if you play ESDF, you can have so much more options. Because if you look to the left of you, or you can make it RDFG. That's also a better one. And because there's so much more keybind options, I could have, if I did that, if I was not like too used to these ones, I could do that, and I could have Q and W and A and S and Z and X. Those are all open keybinds. You can make that anything. You know how much possibility that gives you? Like, you could have your own customized keybinds to everything, and it gives you a big advantage depending on what you have it on. So I recommend moving these to at least ESDF, and if not, RDFG. Those are what I recommend. I don't recommend one more over. I do not recommend TFGH, because then your pinky will have to be on shift or control, whatever you want your crouch button to be, and that would be too far away. I recommend ESDF, not RDFG. I recommend ESDF. So if you want to do that, change it to ESDF. But anyways, I'm going to move on from the movement binds to combat. You want your left mouse to be fire and your right mouse button, by the way, to be target. Reload is, I recommend R if you're playing on, by the way, let's just customize your settings, sort of what I tell you, not exactly what I tell you, unless you want custom binds, and then move them one over after, or you could just go on your keyboard, look what one over is, because then you could play with ESDF, move everything over once, except your like shift and caps lock and everything. But anyways, use should be the one next to your movement bind, which is E. You can change that. That's very optimal. Use is optimal, because also you can change E to your edit button. So I have my edit button as F, but we'll get to that in a minute. G is my pickaxe, right next to F, just in case, even though I do use scroller wheel. I don't use the numbers, by the way. The numbers is, my hands can't stretch that long, and also, I don't recommend the numbers. I recommend something else, like other keys or your scroller wheel, because numbers, I'm telling you, numbers is not a good thing to do. Numbers is actually worse, because then you have less control of your movement while you're trying to select your weapon or whatever. Alright, now here's one of the most important things, building. Crouch while building. And by the way, if you guys don't have your crouch left shift yet, and you still have a left control, go up here, change your crouch to left shift, go right here, change your crouch to left shift, and go right here, change your crouch to left shift. Because if you don't have your crouch as left shift, you have it as left control. I don't even know what to say at that point. But then let's move on from there. Your wall could be an optimal bind, but I have it as my thumb mouse button. One of my thumb mouse buttons, my first one, which even though it says 2, it's supposed to be my first one, and my floor is X, which is terrible on my side. But that's also an optimal bind. All your builds are optimal, but this is what I suggest. I suggest probably something. I suggest to not have your roof or your cone as V, not have your floor as X. And I recommend you put those somewhere else, like another key, because those are like below and it's hard to get to, even though I live like that. So, and then stairs, I recommend your other thumb mouse button, the one behind. Trap, I recommend you place that as close to your movement binds as possible. I recommend you do that. You do that last. Like, let's say I have everything all the way to the edge, and then you do that like after every keybind you have, because that's recommended to have your traps close, but also it's the last thing you're going to use in the game, if I'm really being honest. Place building is left mouse always. I recommend that. Upgrading, repair, upgrade. You don't even need to have that, because some people don't even upgrade their builds. I have it as H just in case. Rotate building is R just in case you're in your edits. Change building material is right mouse button. This is very important. This is one of the most important things in your Fortnite career, by the way. Your edit button. If your edit button is not E and F, I wish you good luck. Or if it's not next to movement binds, I wish you good luck. Because my edit button is F. But you need your edit button. You don't need it, obviously, but I recommend your edit button. If you have your edit button on G still, I need you to change it. You need to either change it to E or F, otherwise you're screwed. I'm telling you, that's all I'm going to say for this. It's optimal, but if you don't have it on E and F, or E or F, I'm sorry, but you're done. Select building edit, you can do that as left mouse, unless you want to do double edit binds, which in that case, double edit binds is where like you press F and then to select. So like if I do this, right, I have to select it using my left mouse button, and then auto does it, right? But in this case, if you have, let's say, R as your select one, you'd have to press F to edit or whatever, and then R, and then it would select. That is what Raider uses, and if you're a fan of Raider, you could do that. By the way, I'm trying to warm up right now, and also my ping. Like, if you want to be Raider, go ahead and do that. But I'm telling you, it's very hard. It's very difficult. I do not recommend. Even the Raider, because Raider's probably practiced that for years, and I guess he's a god with it, but I don't recommend it. So building edit is F, and the edit select. If you want it to be double binds, I recommend something next to your edit button. Reset, building edit, this could be optimal. Mine is right mouse button, but this is optimal. I recommend, if you don't have scroller wheel for your weapons, I recommend making scroller wheels your reset. Scroller wheel reset is very OP. Other than this, you can have these are all optimal. I'm not going to give you any tips for this. But I mean, other than that, I think we're done here. That is, I gave you all my suggestions for keybinds, and I'm telling you, I'm not the best Fortnite player myself, but I'm telling you, I did get all of this from other YouTube videos. Like, It's Charian is a very good YouTuber. I recommend you go check him out. Pro Tips and Guides is a very good channel. And also Jivin TV is a very good YouTuber as well. Sorry, I didn't say his name right the first time, I don't think. So yeah, I think those are the people that you should watch if you're looking for people to watch to get better at the game. But other than that, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, smash that like button. If you aren't subscribed already, subscribe. I hope this does help you. If you have any questions or you have any concerns or regards, leave them in the comments down below. I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and peace.